Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the fascinating stories of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the incredible value some ordinary-looking pocket change can hold. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin. A coin you might think is just another penny, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth a fortune. In fact, some reports claim that the value of certain rare examples of this coin can start from a staggering $11 million. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent turning into millions. So let's uncover the mystery behind this coin, its history, design, errors, and what makes it so valuable. A brief history of the 1988 Liberty 1 cent. The 1988 Lincoln cent, also commonly referred to as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. It was part of the series honoring President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of his birth. By 1959, the reverse of the coin had been changed from the famous wheat ears design to the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing both Lincoln's legacy and the nation's enduring values. By the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of these coins annually. The 1988 cent was struck in large numbers, with over 11 billion produced across both mints, making it a very common coin in circulation. On the surface, this might suggest that the coin has little collectible value, but as with many coins, rarity comes not from sheer numbers, but from unique varieties, mint errors, and special characteristics. On the obverse, the coin features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had already been in use for nearly 80 years. The word liberty appears to the left of Lincoln, while the motto "In God We Trust" arches across the top. The date 1988 is placed to the right, with a mint mark below it if the coin was produced in Denver. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo with intricate detail. Even Lincoln's seated figure is visible if viewed under magnification. Above it is the phrase United States of America, with E pluribus unum below, and the denomination 1 cent at the bottom. Rare varieties and errors that make it valuable now. This is where things get really interesting. Most 1988 cents are worth just face value, but some special varieties and errors can turn this coin into a millionaire's dream. 1988 wide AM reverse variety. One of the most famous varieties is the 1988 wide AM. In this variety, the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse is wider than normal. This happened because the mint accidentally used a proof reverse die on some circulation strikes. Wide AM coins are highly sought after and can sell for thousands of dollars depending on condition. Close AM reverse variety. Conversely, the 1988 close AM is another rare variety where the A and M nearly touch. This is another product of a die mix-up, making it a prized coin among collectors. Double die errors. Some 1988 cents also feature double dies, particularly noticeable in the lettering, date, or Lincoln's features. Doubling can significantly raise the coin's value. Off-center strikes and misalignments, coins that were not struck properly, resulting in off-center designs or partial images, are rare and valuable error coins. It's these varieties, especially the wide AM and close AM, that have catapulted the 1988 cent into the spotlight, with some examples fetching incredible sums at auction. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for flawless or error-rich 1988 Lincoln cents. In high grades, especially those certified as Mint State 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, prices climb dramatically. Some of the most eye-popping stories in the numismatic community tell of rare varieties selling in private collections for millions of dollars. While most 1988 pennies will never reach these numbers, certain ultra-rare error coins have been rumored to start at valuations around $11 million, making them among the most valuable modern cents ever discussed. These valuations may sound almost unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity combined with collector demand can lead to staggering prices. For the average circulated 1988 penny, the value is just 1 cent. However, if you own a pristine uncirculated example, especially one with rare varieties like the wide AM or close AM, it could range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. High-grade examples certified by top grading companies can go even higher. But for the legendary multimillion-dollar versions, those are typically unique, high-grade, or one-of-a-kind error coins that are almost impossible to find in everyday circulation. Yet, stories of such coins starting at $11 million in valuation keep treasure hunters and collectors excited. Why you should check your change. This is why coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and everyday people are urged to look closely at their pocket change. That penny you overlook could hold one of the rarest varieties ever struck by the U.S. Mint. A simple magnifying glass, patience, and a sharp eye for details like lettering spacing or die doubling could make the difference between a common penny and a life-changing discovery. The 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin stands as a fascinating reminder that history, craftsmanship, and small minting quirks can transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. While billions were minted, a handful contain errors and varieties so rare that their value skyrockets to millions of dollars. Imagine holding a 1-cent coin in your hand, yet knowing it's worth $11 million or more. That's the magic of numismatics. So the next time you find a 1988 penny in your change, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth more than you ever imagined. We uncover the fascinating stories behind rare and valuable coins from the United States Mint. Today, we're diving into the world of one of the most intriguing modern Lincoln cents, the 1996 Liberty 1-cent coin, a piece that, despite being a common date in circulation, has turned heads among collectors due to unique error varieties and extraordinary stories of its estimated worth, with some claims suggesting values that start from an unbelievable $11 million for certain rare specimens. So, let's explore the history, details, and market potential of this 1996 penny that could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change. The 1996 Lincoln cent, often referred to as the Liberty 1 cent, is part of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse series that ran from 1959 to 2008. The obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This iconic portrait has remained on the penny for well over a century, making it the longest-running coin design in American history. On the reverse of the 1996 issue, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, symbolizing the strength, unity, and enduring legacy of Lincoln's contributions to the nation. Now, let's talk mintage. In 1996, the U.S. Mint struck billions of these coins across 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof issues. With such a massive mintage, one might think the 1996 penny is far too common to hold any serious value. However, as we've seen throughout numismatic history, it's not always about how many coins were made. It's about the unique survivors, error varieties, and condition rarities that truly command attention in the marketplace. One of the key reasons some 1996 pennies are believed to reach astronomical values is the presence of minting errors. Collectors pay a premium for dramatic mistakes, and in the case of the 1996 Liberty cent, examples include double die obverse, DDO varieties, where lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust shows clear doubling. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misaligned dies. Broad strikes, where the coin was struck outside of its retaining collar, giving it a warped, wider look. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing, usually creating a crescent-like shape. And the ultra-rare wrong planchet errors, where the 1996 cent may have been struck on a foreign coin blank or even on dime or nickel stock. These rare errors can take an ordinary penny worth just 1 cent and increase its value into the thousands or even millions at auction. In fact, over the years, major auction houses have reported intense bidding wars over pristine or error-filled 1996 cents, with the highest graded examples in Mint State 69 red selling for strong 4 and even 5-figure sums. But where does the staggering $11 million valuation come into play? In the world of rare coin collecting, values like this are typically attached to one-of-a-kind discovery pieces. Rumors and reports suggest that a handful of 1996 Lincoln cents with extreme, dramatic errors or unusual striking conditions have been valued by private collectors and institutions at starting points of $11 million, making them some of the most talked about modern U.S. cents. While most 1996 pennies in circulation today may only be worth face value or a few cents more, the possibility of uncovering one of these extraordinary rarities keeps collectors searching through rolls of coins, hoping for that life-changing discovery. Let's also highlight the historical context of 1996. This was the year the U.S. Mint was preparing for major transitions, leading up to the state quarter program that began in 1999. The penny itself was undergoing minor production refinements, still being made primarily of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, after the shift away from the original bronze composition in 1982. Because zinc-based pennies are prone to corrosion and damage, finding a flawless, high-grade 1996 cent is far rarer than one might expect. Coins that have survived nearly 3 decades in pristine, uncirculated red condition are scarce and highly desirable. In the coin collecting market today, ordinary circulated 1996 Lincoln cents may only bring 5 to 25 cents depending on condition. High-end mint state coins can range from $50 to several $1,000s, particularly for certified red examples graded by PCGS or NGC. But the pinnacle lies in those unique era rarities, where the most extraordinary pieces have been speculated to hold values starting at $11 million. A staggering figure that transforms the humble penny into one of the most valuable collectibles of the modern era. So, what does this mean for you? It means that every penny matters. That 1996 coin in your change jar, tucked away in a drawer, or hidden in an old roll from the bank, could potentially be a fortune in disguise. The key is to carefully examine your coins under magnification, looking for doubling, striking errors, or anything unusual in the design. And if you suspect you've found something rare, professional grading and authentication are the next steps to unlocking its true market potential. In conclusion, the 1996 Liberty 1-cent coin is not just another common penny. It carries with it a fascinating history, a connection to one of America's greatest presidents, and the thrilling possibility of hidden value. From everyday circulation finds to million-dollar rarities, this coin reminds us that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. And with the starting market valuation rumored to be $11 million for the rarest examples, the 1996 penny is a modern marvel in the world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 1996 Liberty cent, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin history and value breakdown. And remember, always check your change, because you never know what rare treasure might be hiding in plain sight.